My centers, eyeballing it roughly. It's close enough for center. And I'll mount that up on that one-way spur drive that fits in the chuck. And make it round. You got a little tenon on it. And go from there. So put the lung protection on. And eye protection. And we will get this round with our spindle roughing gouge. Cover up the keyboard. So this is a small piece of wood. It's only about 2 inches square. You know, you can start with whatever you want. So I'm gonna crank this thing out about 1400 RPM. Turn on my face here. Take a little tenon there. So what I do is I square up the end. And with a spindle gouge, I'm going to get a slight shape of the cup. So I kind of know where I'm going. And what we'll do, now you can drill this if you want. It'll make it a little easier sometimes, but another step that takes time. And I'm going to use a 1/2-inch bowl gouge to hollow this thing out. Drop that tool rest just a little bit so I can get that out to the center there. Take your gouge and kind of drill a hole in the center with it. Okay. All right, that's not too bad. You know, these aren't real big. They don't take a lot of time to hollow out. A lot of guys will use a spindle gouge to hollow that out. I haven't really gotten into that yet. So it's something I need to work on, because I've seen guys really fly with a spindle gouge. They just get in there and just in and out, in and out, in and out, and it's like done in 2 minutes. So now do a little sanding, and you know, these are not highly finished pieces unless you want them to be. They're more quickie stuff you can sell. You know, if you don't take a lot of time with them, you can sell them for, you know, I normally sell these somewhere between $15 and $20. So you don't want to take a lot of time with them. And then put some, I like to finish them with Howard butcher block or the other stuff. Feed and wax, even though they say it's not rated as food safe, it's fine. So. And then what we'll do is we'll bring our tailstock back up, live center back up. It's, I'm using the one way with the threads, and what I like to do on these, so that you don't mark up the inside, is you know, and I know you guys have all seen this.
I haven't, Ralph. What did you do that one?
Pardon?
Did you do it? Remember, I'm new, so you went ahead and did that one, that little piece to avoid scratching the inside.
Hold on, I can't hear you.
Let me see if, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, I'm new. So you did that one to avoid scratching the inside. That's what you're using?
I use the live center for support.
Oh, support. Okay.
Yeah, because we're hanging way out off the end of the chuck. We've got
no. She's asking if you made the wooden part instead of using the metal part.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. This is I guess an accessory piece that you can make. You can make all different sizes and shapes. They thread right on to the one-way live center, and I think Robust makes a threaded live center also. Okay, so.
Okay, yeah, I can see the inside.
For what it's worth, it's a 3/4 10 tap.
Right.
Thank you, David.
Which we can make ourselves, which I showed before, and I'm sure I'll show it again on another demo how to make them.
Okay.
You know, that's a whole nother thing, is making accessory ends for your live center for different types of work. So we'll bring that up. And now we've got support on our piece, because, you know, like I was saying, when I was hollowing that out, y'all heard all that vibration noise, that grumbling noise, and that's from vibration from sticking out from the chuck. Okay. So when you can use your tailstock, use it, because it cuts down on the vibration. You can take a heavier cut, and makes things a lot easier. So we'll just clean this up a little bit.
Mm.
So what I like to do on these, put some kind of decoration in here in the middle. Take it down a little bit more. We'll come up here for the base. Take a little more there. We want these dimensions. I don't know if you can see that the slightly larger in diameter here than we are here. Well, it's hard to see on the camera, I think. So then we can screw it up like that. But that's why we got some extra wood here. We can do whatever we want. Okay, so then what we'll do is we will give it a quick sand. If we've done a good job with sharpening our tools and our tool control, we don't really have any tool marks we need to worry about too much. Move it out. 220 is usually what I use on this. And for this type of project, the 220 finish is fine. Unless you want to get real fancy and make them super shiny, but then you got to charge a lot more money that people won't want to pay. So we'll hit it again with a little juice.
Hey, Ralph, if I can add something to this, I've made some of these before, but I've used them as a mortar and pestle and used them as pill crushers for dogs, for pets.
What?
Well, when I had my dog, there were pills, and she wouldn't eat the pills, so we'd crush them up and put them in peanut butter.
Oh, okay.
So just came up with the idea, and I, put little doggy things on the side, but
There you go.
inside there, just made a little pestle and the pill crusher for dogs or pets, cats. I don't know if it's fresh food, but pesto for pets.
And then we'll part this off. And I'm going to use the thin parting tool. This is 1/16 of an inch. I forget what brand this is. You can make your own. So while I still got a tailstock up for support, I'll come in here. I'm going to come in at an angle, okay, so that the bottom is dished out. But you don't want a flat bottom on anything because they don't sit right. So you want a concave bottom. So we'll come in. A bit, come back, take a second cut, move our cut over to the left for clearance, and come back, clean that up, come back. Now we'll try and take a finish pass across the bottom there. And then what we're going to do, gotta get these glasses off, ones that I can actually see out of. And I can see. So now we're going to remove the tailstock, get it out of the way.
Notice, Ralph, that was a paper towel, correct?
Yes, paper towels. You want to use paper towels when you're applying finish and buffing, spinning things on the lathe. Rags, especially a rag if it has any loose edges. Like if you tear a piece of rag off, you've got loose edges and strings. And loose edges and strings can get caught on the piece, wrap around your finger, and you're not going to be happy at all. So it can really hurt you. Like pull your finger off or pull your whole arm into the lathe. So just, safety, got to think about these things. So I will grab this with my right hand because I'm left-handed instead of doing it with my left hand and holding with the right hand tool. So anyway, just come in here and part this thing off the rest of the way. Okay. So parting does not leave a super clean finish. Plus you got that little nubbin in the middle, which you can, carve out. This isn't too bad. It actually has a little bit of a chatter pattern. I don't know if you can see it from the tool around the edge. But anyway, you can take a sharp tool and carve that out, knife, whatever. Make sure when you're pushing against this that your finger is below so that if it slips, you don't come across and take a nice chunk out of your finger. Okay, the other thing you can do if you don't get a decent enough finish on here is we can take and make a jam chuck out of this piece here. So what we'll do is we will reduce this. You know, I could get calipers out and do measuring, but I think by the time I did all that, I'd be done with this. So that fits right on there. It's a little bit loose. So what you can do is take a piece of paper towel or a piece of tissue paper, and now it's nice and tight enough for what we're going to do. Now you can bring your tool rest over and very carefully, with light cuts, clean the bottom up. Not running 100% true. With a little sandy paper. Put a line or two if you like. I give you a line to write your name and the kind of wood against if you want. And a little finish. And
Nice.
there you have a egg cup or a shot goblet or a pill masher or whatever you want it to be. Okay, a quick little project that you don't spend a lot of time on. And like I said, depending on the market, you know, these can go from, you know, whatever you want to sell it for, you know, but I usually get anywhere between $10 and $20 for something like this. You know, some make some of them a little bit taller, but you know, it's a cute little piece. So, you know, something you can use scrap cutoffs of wood to do. Obviously, I want to be end grain with the grain running that way. I'm not sure what kind of wood this is. I don't know if it's got some nice grain. So, and then, depending on how big a piece you start off with, you've got enough room to make another one, or a little bit smaller, or you could make a straight-sided one. Bring that other drive center I've got. Bring that up. Speed up a little bit more. So we'll just trim this down. You can actually, with this, with your spindle roughing gouge, this is the big 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches, I think. Actually, 1.5 inches. You can, on some of these simple straight shapes, you can do almost all the work with this tool, or with your smaller one, with a 3/4. So what I'm going to do here is get a bottom line. And I just taper this down. Come into that line there. And just reduce. We'll go uphill backwards. We'll come in like this. And we'll take a vortex tool and make a little line here, and here, here, pretty close to even. Fire burner, okay, just 2 blocks of wood and a piece of fishing leader wire, and we'll Burn that. Burn that. Burn that. Give it a little quick sandpaper. And this one will drill. Close enough to get started. Now, before we drill it, we're going to get rid of this little nubbin here. So, some of this excess. I'll just come in here with a spindle gouge. Slow it down. Spin that bit. Give it a shot of wax. Obviously, you need to know how far to go so that you don't make a funnel. So we can go, a little less than 1.5 inches. So come up to there. Okay. Of course, you want to clean the bottom where the center point for that portion bit was. Okay. Depending on, you can take, well, that doesn't look too bad, but bottom, you can take a square end scraper, and like I said at the last meeting, these old Craftsman tools are great for repurposing into specialty tools. So I've taken the one that I showed you last week, made a sort of a Bedan parting tool, and this one I took and just made a little square end scraper out of it. So just go in there and clean that bottom a little bit. Wait till it stops spinning before you stick your finger in there with the tool rest in place. So a little sanding. If you're not comfortable sticking your finger or thumb or whatever body part inside of something like this spinning, you can make a sanding stick. So what I've done is I've taken a dowel and just cut a slot in the end and just jammed a piece of sandpaper in there. Okay, it doesn't have to be this diameter dowel. It can be a smaller one. And you just jam it in there. And do your sanding. Little short stuff like this, I don't have an issue with, but you get a deep piece that's narrow, sometimes it's tough to stick your fingers in there. So you do stand a chance of possibly getting wrapped up in it sometimes. So, which can be unpleasant. You even lead to broken finger parts. So, little finish. Let the paper get away. If you're holding a piece of paper doing that and it wants to let go away, just let it go. Don't try and grab it. So same operation on parting. Bug holes. Oh, you can see that. Bug holes in the wood. So, and then of course you can do the same thing with this strap. You can, make a tenon and fit this over and finish up the bottom a little nicer if you want. But this is actually for a $10 or $15 piece. This bottom finish I think is acceptable. Just scratch your name in the bottom. What I use, some of the people are using is a the Dremel engraver. I think they're about $20. I saw this, I don't know how many years ago, Cindy Drozda did a demonstration, and this is what she was using to sign the bottom of her pieces, and then filling in the engraved area with gold or silver wax or lacquer stick. I'm not sure what she's using right now. It's on her website. You just use a different something to highlight it and fill it in. So, yeah. So, there you have it. 2 quick little projects. $10, $20 projects that they do sell. I know I've sold a bunch of them. I know Dave Piper sold a bunch of them. So, just something to think about.